How can you tell if a woman is hungry for intimacy? She won't have it written on her face or in her social media status. Identifying such a woman can turn out to be quite a challenge, if you have no idea what to look for, of course. In this video, we'll share 11 signs of a woman who hasn't slept with someone for quite a while. Maybe you'll be the one to break her abstinence. You'll hear about many of these signals for the first time, so don't skip a single one. The first thing that happens to a woman with a lack of physical contact with men is that she unwittingly loses confidence in her attractiveness. As a result, it affects her plasticity, her gait, body movements, as well as gestures. A sexually active woman is usually in tune with her own body, even if she doesn't have a perfect figure. When a woman's body doesn't receive male attention for an extended period of time, she seems to lose touch with it. She may get uptight, clumsy, and lose her flexibility and grace. In severe cases, her figure may get rough and even male-like. Irritability, aggression, frequent frustration, complaints out of the blue, and nitpicking on every little thing give us the second sign that gives away a woman who is starting to forget what it means to be with a man. Believe it or not, her hormones are to blame. The matter is that lovemaking provides our bodies with hormones of happiness. A lack of these hormones can cause anxiety and irritability, increased aggression, or conversely apathy. Mood swings and all sorts of emotional swings are also typical for such ladies. An irritable woman spills her negative emotions on everyone around her, but especially on men. This way, at least for a while, she comforts herself with the thought that it's better to be alone than with some jerk. All men are the same. Men only want one thing. You men will never understand women. These phrases are common in the arsenal of every one of such ladies. Subtle marks of this behavior can be noticed on dates. A girl in question can criticize men, display aggression while talking about them, and blame them for all her problems, even if they are not related to specific guys in her circle. This may be a sign that her emotional and physical needs have been left uncared for over a while. Her harsh statements and complaints about males may reflect a kind of defensive reaction to her internal lack of intimacy with them. The next thing to pay attention to is how she reacts to your touches. If she hasn't had a man for a good while, she may act like a wild cat who won't even let you pet her. As you try to take her hand to help her cross the road, she will pull it away. When you try to kiss her goodbye, she will distance herself from you. Well, it can also be the case because she simply doesn't like you. Therefore, you should always consider the range of signals we are analyzing in this video. The more of them you see, the more likely you are to properly identify such a woman. Fifth sign, women who have been abstinent for too long can get unbearable in conversation. They don't usually notice this detail though, since they consider it to be part of their rich inner world. Such women begin to think of themselves as mysterious ladies, making a unique trait out of it. From the outside, this behavior looks like strange quirks to which normal people simply don't know how to react. The fact that men mostly fall in line with their strangeness comes across as a compliment for them. As a result, women only prolong their loneliness. On the other hand, those of them who are satisfied with their personal lives also have their own oddities, which do not scare off either men or friends. Number 6. A woman's self-esteem who hasn't slept with a man for a long time may be on the decline. In the head of a discontented woman, thoughts are spinning on a thought of her not actually being that beautiful, interesting, or on any other thing with the "not" prefix in it. You can tell from her reaction to your compliments. Say something nice to her, for example. "You look great in that skirt." If she gets nervous, turns away, or even starts to devalue your words, then congratulations, you've solved the puzzle. She may respond, "Come on, you're joking," or "Don't be like that, I don't look good in it." In situations like these, she clearly feels insecure and unable to accept praise, which may be a result of her internal tension. Besides, women with low self-esteem could be overly sensitive to harmless jokes or light sarcasm. Instead of laughing, they may get really offended by your words. Her reactions may show whether she received positive attention from men lately or not, as well as give you a deeper look at the state of her self-confidence. Alright, here's the next sign. Women with shaky self-esteem and a lack of male interest may often find other women's appearances fascinating. On a date or in a normal conversation, she may go, "Look how beautiful she is. Look at her hair. She's so fit." Want to know why? It could be caused by a lack of confidence in her attractiveness. Perhaps she doesn't receive enough compliments and attention from men, which simply undermines her self-esteem and makes her look for examples of attractiveness in others. The 8th sign of a woman's hunger for intimate activity lies in her focus on her career or hobbies. When things don't work out on a personal level, women may try to fill the missing gap in other areas, such as work. She becomes too immersed in her career, spends too much time at her job, pushing all other areas of her life to the back seat. They may struggle to relax and enjoy romantic relationships as they subconsciously replace intimate needs with professional ambitions. While dating, such ladies are chatting about their job all the time. They may post related stories on Instagram and memes about lack of time due to workloads or tiredness. Some of such women devote themselves entirely to a specific mission, for example, helping sick children. Sure, they are committed to a good cause, yet for many women, it's nothing more than compensation for problems in their personal lives. In other words, if she is all about business, then this signals the fact that she hasn't experienced a good, consistent lovemaking for quite a while. What else such a woman can switch her care and attention to? You've guessed it, other living beings like animals or plants. Once you notice there's a real zoo or greenhouse of indoor plants at her home, or she takes an active part in volunteer work in animal shelters, then look no further. She compensates for the lack of intimacy with someone by caring for our little fellows. Such girls are likely to share photos and stories about their animals with great enthusiasm on social media. Pets respond to their care with loyalty, which to some extent replaces close relationships with men. Moving on to the 10th sign, a woman who hasn't experienced physical intimacy for quite a while may unconsciously or consciously begin to show greater attention to intimate topics. These can be expressed in her conversations, where she often brings up the topic of sex, not to mention ambiguous hints. Some even make Freudian slips or other speech blunders. In some cases, she may initiate such topics during a date, which demonstrates her need for closure. Her hints could range from playful to very direct ones. She may actively emphasize her sexuality. Maybe she'll start sharing her lovemaking preferences and fantasies, making it clear that she's ready for a night together. Oftentimes, if she has the opportunity to talk to an attractive member of the opposite sex, she will unconsciously flirt with him. Why? Because she considers this guy a potential lover. If she is attracted to you, she may give you a hungry look. You'll know what I mean by that when it comes to practice. It's about her attention to a man's body, staring at his arms, shoulders, or other parts of his body, which can also indicate her hunger for physical connection. Men even share experiences of how some of their female colleagues act worse than horny teenagers. They build all sorts of obscene installations of fruits and vegetables at lunch just for laughs. Others may start blushing and giggling at the word banana. The manifestations may vary, but the associations are apparent. The final and not the most obvious sign of a woman who has been without a partner for long has something to do with her way of dressing. Here we have two options. The first is her wearing non-revealing clothing, perhaps even following a nun-like style. She wears closed outfits and hardly wears makeup. Perhaps her upbringing is the reason behind it. Still, there is a high chance of her going on dates out of boredom, not planning to build a relationship nor share a bed with anyone. The second option involves her dressing brightly, perhaps even provocatively. Her aim is to attract a man she hasn't had in a while. At this point, I should also add a tiny little detail to this type of look. Such ladies look at other men with lust, with desire, as if they are nothing but prey. We are grateful to everyone who likes and shares our content. See you in our new videos. Bye.